I am Anthony from Haslage. In this video, I will be covering an individual topic from my book, The 21st Century Workplace, a HR and EEO guide. If you like what you hear, please check out the Amazon affiliate link in the description or visit my website at tony.haslage.net. That's tony.haslage.net. Thank you. I am Anthony from Haslage, and today we're going to talk about conflict resolution. Ulysses S. Grant once coined the phrase, "Good help is hard to find these days." In many types of jobs, that is a very true statement. In positions where as special skills are needed, finding suitable replacements is a rather difficult task. Many managers can say that they've had experiences on occasion where one employee did not get along with another. Most of the time when two employees do not seem to get along is due to a simple misunderstanding. It is often the case where the particular reason may be important to one but not to the other. The employee who is offended ignores the other, and in turn the other ignores them back without really knowing why they're being ignored in the first place. Ignoring each other will not last forever. Sometimes the issue resolves itself, but when it does not, violence may be the next action taken. It is the job of a manager to identify when an issue may be brewing and put a stop to it. If it gets to the point where the dislike between two employees becomes disruptive or violent, mediation will be required. Mediation is required for the sake of the bottom line and to reduce liability. Plus, happy employees are usually good employees. The most common type of mediation is the neutral third-party method. An individual acting in the best interest of both parties encourages conversation to locate and resolve the issue at hand while keeping the employees on task. This method requires time to be spent dedicated to rooting out the issues and never feel forced. Forcing an outcome still leaves the employees with feelings of the issue still remaining unresolved and will eventually return the situation back to where it was prior to the mediation. A forced mediation never works. However, an organization should never spend too much precious time or money on mediation unless the employees are extremely difficult to replace. Consider the cost of mediation versus replacement. First, how long has the issue between the employees been occurring? Does the issue affect non-involved employees? Has there been a noticeable loss in productiveness? If the loss can be framed in monetary terms, how much is it? The monetary amount conceived is the cost of the employees not getting along. Second, now consider how much it would cost to replace both of those employees. This includes the hiring process and training. Does the cost of the employees not getting along exceed the cost of replacing them? And if so, then too much time has been spent allowing these employees to disrupt the workplace. A decision needs to be made and action needs to be taken. Either arrange for mediation or hire new employees. It is a gamble as both mediation and new employees are not guaranteed to work out. There are no ways to recoup financial losses, but perhaps they can be reduced in the short term and something can be learned to reduce the chances of this happening again. Step-by-step mediation. Authors Douglas Stone, Bruce Patton, and Sheila Heen's Difficult Conversations is a great guide for mediation. While it focuses on one-on-one mediation, it is not impeded by having a neutral third party making sure everyone stays on task and revealing the important points. It is a good read for any manager who may have to handle employee relationship issues. Going step by step and based off of these authors' works, I will break down the important points and add a few additions of my own. Step 1. Define the problem. There are 3 conversations going on whenever there's an issue between two individuals. The first is based on the view of the first employee, the second is based on the view of the second employee, and then the third conversation of both employees combined that provide the real story. The job of the mediator is to see what is common between the views and reveal it. When competent, sensible people do something stupid, the smartest move is to try to figure out first what kept them from seeing it coming, and second, how to prevent the problem from happening again. Step 2. Stop arguing about who is right. We are individuals with free will and our own view of the world different from one another. What you see is not necessarily what I see. Often we go through an entire conversation on indeed an entire relationship without ever realizing that each of us is paying attention to different things, that our views are based on different information. We often hold conversations with each other, and what one person may think is benign, another may take offense. Step 3. Do not assign intent where none exists. Much of the first mistake can be traced back to one basic error. We make an attribution about another person's intentions based on the impact of their actions on us. In this age of technology, we sometimes cannot help ourselves when it comes to placing intent on the message we receive. If we would take the time to ask if there was another intent involved before making accusations, a whole lot of trouble could be avoided. Interestingly, when people take on a job thinking hard about their own intentions, it sends a profound positive message to the other person about the importance of the relationship. After all, you'd only do that kind of hard work for somebody who matters to you. Step 4. Abandon blame. A lot of time in mediation is wasted playing the blame game. The deviation from the task at hand can easily escalate in a negative way that needs to be avoided. The urge to blame is based quite literally on the misunderstanding of what's given rise to the issues between you and another person, and on that fear of being blamed. Step 5. The sharing of feelings. This is perhaps one of the most difficult parts of mediation, mainly in the case of men. Men try a little too hard to conceal how they really feel, and oftentimes it erupts into an explosion of negative emotion. Beginning with the I feel is a simple act that carries with it an extraordinary benefits. It keeps the focus on feelings and makes clear that you're speaking only from your perspective. To encourage a discussion of feelings, it is a good idea to ensure that it is in a safe place to do so. However, it must be made clear that no one will have the right to ridicule another about exposing what they really feel. Step 6. What is at stake? For the employer, what is at stake is a loss of time and money. For the employees, it may be their income. There is a lot depending on the positive outcome of a mediation. The key is making sure that the employees know what is at risk if they do not take mediation seriously. The more easily you can admit your own mistakes, your own mixed emotions, and your own contributions to the problem, the more balanced you will feel during the conversation and the higher chance it will go well. Step 7. Individual goals. Everyone usually has some predetermined goal when getting involved in mediation. The mediator wants a fair resolution, and the employees involved want to feel vindicated. The gold standard here is working for mutual understanding, not mutual agreement necessarily, but a better understanding of each of your stories so that you can make informed decisions alone or together about what to do next. Letting them know up front that your goal for the discussion is to understand their perspective better, share your own, and talk about how to go forward together makes the conversation significantly less mysterious and threatening. Step 8. Listening. While an employee reveals their story and feelings, the other should be listening intently. Listening well is one of the most powerful skills you can bring to a difficult conversation. It helps you understand that other person, and importantly, it helps you understand you. Step 9. Paraphrasing. Upon the completion of a story, to show that you are in fact listening, the other employee should paraphrase what was said. First, paraphrasing gives you a chance to check your understanding. Second, paraphrasing lets the other person know you've been heard. And step 10, resolution. Difficult conversations require a certain amount of compromise and mutual accommodation to the other's needs. Both employees need to be able to agree on a resolution. Oftentimes, the practice of simply discussing the issue reveals its own truth and solution. Mediation is a means to an end when it comes to convincing two parties that a discussion is past due. Generally, the best way to manage conflict in a way that safeguards a relationship is to look for standards or fair principles to guide the resolution, rather than trying to haggle with or intimidate the other person. If you can find a creative way to solve the problem, ask what standards of fairness should apply and why. The end result may not necessarily be the result everyone initially had in mind, but unless the worst possible solution of non-resolution occurred, everyone should feel a little bit better about the outcome and can get back to work. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please post them in the comments, and remember to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching this video. We would also like to thank our contributors and patrons for supporting this video. If you wish to add to the discussion, post a comment below. Please remember to like, subscribe, and check out our other videos. Thank you for checking out our content. Before you leave, please remember to click like and then subscribe. If you want to receive notifications, do not forget to enable them by clicking on the bell. Then afterwards, check out our social media at HaslageNet and our website at haslage.net.